When you brought your maps together, you saw something like this. Maybe you noticed that you could kind of connect the dots between the volcanoes. This pattern, this line of volcanoes around the Pacific Ocean, this is one of the Earth's major features. Scientists have a special name for it. It's called the Ring of Fire. We call it this because it forms a kind of circle of volcanoes around the edge of the Pacific Ocean. It resembles a ring, or you might say it's more of a horseshoe shape, but horseshoe of fire just doesn't sound as great. Now, we didn't have your class put every single volcano on Earth on the maps, because that would have taken hours. But even when you add the rest of the volcanoes on the map, like this, do you see how the Ring of Fire pattern still stands out? 75% of the world's volcanoes occur in the Ring of Fire. Why? Why do so many volcanoes occur in this ring? Well, there are scientists who travel to volcanoes to figure out answers to questions like this. They're called volcanologists. They have some ideas, which you'll learn more about in the future. One important thing to notice is that volcanoes always occur in clusters or groups. There hasn't ever been a case of a volcano just popping up in the middle of nowhere on its own. There's always a group of them. Even the volcanoes that are outside the Ring of Fire are in groups, like these volcanoes here that form Hawaii. So could a volcano pop up in your backyard? You have some ideas now. It seems like it's going to depend entirely where you live. If you don't live along one of these patterns of where volcanoes are found, like the Ring of Fire, it seems like the chances are probably a volcano is not going to erupt in your backyard.
We live right about here in the middle of the United States.
But if you do live along the Ring of Fire, it's not out of the question. It happened to Dionisio Pulido in Mexico. And it's happening right now in other places. Let's zoom into the United States. Notice that in Southern California, right here, there aren't any volcanoes. But there are lots of volcanoes north of there and south of there. So could one pop up in Southern California? Well, let me show you something interesting. Even though there aren't any volcanoes in Southern California, there is this. It's about 2 hours from Los Angeles, near the Salton Sea. It's boiling mud and steam rising out of the earth. Mud doesn't normally boil, so scientists believe that there's lava that's under the surface, causing things to heat up. So far, nothing has happened, but a volcano could erupt in Southern California one day, just like in the cornfield of Paricutin, Mexico. Could it happen to you too? Are there any volcanoes close to where you live? Have a look at this map and discuss. Let me show you one more surprise. A surprise in Virginia, USA, obviously very far from the Ring of Fire, which is off 2,000 miles away in this direction. And yet, look at this rock that I found on a hill in Virginia. It's the same dark color as the lava rock in Paricutin. In fact, we could hold the two side by side, and you can't even tell the difference. This rock from Virginia sure looks like basalt. But how could that be? Virginia isn't in the Ring of Fire. So could there really have been lava rock there? When we were talking earlier about the Ring of Fire, we were talking about active volcanoes, volcanoes that still erupt lava. But look again where I found the rock in Virginia. Do you see this hill back there? Well, it's not just a hill. It's a dead volcano. Scientists call this an extinct volcano, meaning a volcano that doesn't erupt lava anymore. But at one point, in the ancient past, it used to erupt lava. Grass has now grown over it, and most people driving by would have no idea. Underneath the grass, it's all basalt. So even if you don't live anywhere near the Ring of Fire, you can find extinct volcanoes and lava rocks all over the globe. It might even be possible for you to find a piece of lava rock near where you live. Maybe a volcano once erupted in your backyard, but it was just a long time ago. Give it a try. Go out and explore. See if you can find what you think might be a piece of lava rock or basalt near where you live. Have fun.